Hey folks, I want to do a video on how dishonest the South Carolina Disability Determination Services is. I submitted an application in February, and in March they sent me a packet wanting to know all about my daily living, the activities and all that I can do, and I can't fill it out. I have Parkinson's. My wife filled it out, sent it in, and I'd called the office and to talk to the examiner to see if they got it and everything. And they had requested my medical records. Well, they didn't have from my neurologist. Somehow they didn't receive it. So I called, I got that straightened out, finally got them sent over. She proceeded to tell me that they could not use my medical records because most of my doctors are APRNs, Advanced Practice Nurse Practitioners, which is a blatant disregard for the Social Security rules and regulations. It plainly states that the APRNs are qualified as long as it's in their respective field, like my neurologist, endocrinologist, and I do have regular medical doctors that I see. And at that time, it was around 30, maybe 40 visits since December the 8th of 2024. And she kept saying she can't use them, that those records are no good. And I had contacted our congressman, William Timmons' office, and they put an inquiry in. Well, either her or her supervisor, which I'd spoke to her supervisor as well, and she said the same thing. They sent back emails to the congressman's representative saying that I provided them no records, that the only thing I provided was from 2006, which was an absolute lie. Well, a few weeks later, they denied me, and they put on the paperwork that I refused to submit any medical records and that it was my responsibility to submit medical records, which is another lie. They send requests for medical records. They received all my medical records. They actually got, I want to say, 6 or 8 different copies of those records. And I filed a complaint, or wanted to file a complaint against her, which, from what I understand, you have to go through the vocational rehab services because they work together or over each other. I'm not sure how it works, but they don't want to take the complaint seriously. They do not care. I spoke to one gentleman who pretty much gave me the runaround on everything. I called, I know at least once or twice, left messages for him to call back, and he won't even return my phone call. So who holds these people accountable? Where's the accountability in this? We're up to the mercy of people who don't care. Who don't care about the rules, who don't care about the laws, who don't care about the regulations. And when you're disabled, you depend on those services. You depend on them to get your benefits. But when they don't care, what are we supposed to do? How are we supposed to address that? What do we do? Who do we call? Who do we contact? Who holds the government accountable? Who holds their employees accountable? And I was just denied yesterday on the 14th. I gave them all the records I had. They've got records dating back to 2006 on me. I went to their doctor for the exam. That was a 2-minute visit. I literally held my hands out, laid down. He listened to my chest. He pushed against my knees, hit my knees and arms with a hammer, and said, walk to the door and back. And that was it. I have Parkinson's and many other conditions. And it's so severe till either I have to walk with a walker or a cane. Just to go do this took every bit of the energy out of me. I have a mitochondrial disease. And that's where my body can't absorb certain things or can't process certain things. My body cannot process proteins. When I eat a lot of proteins, it makes the levels, it makes the methylonic, and I'm probably saying that wrong, levels go sky high, which can just devastate you. Every one of my vitamins is either low or critically low. There's most of them that are so low they will not even register in the blood test. Even though I take vitamins, it does no good. But they're telling me I'm not disabled. What job can I do? Who is going to hire somebody who can't hardly walk, whose hand shakes so bad that they can't even hardly hold a fork? What job is out there for me? My government has let me down. I paid into Social Security, but they don't care. What are we supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? I've contacted lawyer after lawyer after lawyer. No one will take my case. This has been a fight that's been going on since 2007, when they told me I did not have the work credits that I needed, even though I did. At what point does the fight end? At what point does we give up? I guess the government's hoping that everybody who's disabled will just starve to death and die. That's their thing. If you're not contributing to us, then we don't want you. You're a burden on us. Where does this end? When is our politicians going to step up and fight for us? They don't know what it's like to be disabled. They don't know how bad that the people who are disabled want to work, who want to have a normal life, but can't. And they don't care. When is this going to end? So, I'm dumbfounded with it. When you have the employees who fail to follow their own rules, I'm guessing that most of the employees are politically motivated. I guess they figure, well, if I have to work, everybody should have to work. Nobody should get nothing. So I don't know. I will be making more videos. I will be keeping up to date. Please like, follow, whatever. We have got to put a stop to this. We have got to get the people with disabilities recognized. Thank you for watching.